help it heal from the outside.
Yes? So Karen, I'm really happy for you to meet the painting and for the painting to meet you. This is the one called Patience, and I hope it will serve OMNI. You see in it the central figure who is a teacher. He's like an African Buddha, and he addresses the grieving mother who comes to him with the lost child, the child who has died, and who says, the mother says to him, if what you know is worth anything, please console me. How do you treat my grief? The child is gone, but what about my grief? And so he tells the old story of the mustard seed that go out and find a house and get one mustard seed from a house that has known no similar sorrow, and there is no house. And the teaching is important, but in Africa, the healing is also crucial. And therefore, the healing is also coming into the painting. And it's Gil Harrington's gloved OMNI arms that hold the foot, and OMNI who holds so many patients in its hands. There is the healing and the teaching, and they must always go together.
Hi, I'm here today with the OMNI team in Zambia. We're at Chisapa, which is in the deep bush. We really like this clinic because it's cool under this gorgeous fig tree.
And we know that it's Zambia and Somalia. You can see the continent of Africa appearing from the negative space in this painting, and the Horn of Somalia within the purview of this teacher's aureole. We know it's everywhere, but I like what OMNI thinks, that it's one face and one life and one foot and one wound and one human being at a time. That has always been the wisdom I have seen that works in this world.
We talk about with the children in Africa is that in poverty you are caught in a downward spiral that pulls you down with poverty. And when you go in with health care, you go in with education, and you go in and you support the communities with different projects, you break that downward spiral. You pull them out of that. And the children in this picture are the future of Africa. So those are the children that we are focusing on, and we can lift them out of this downward spiral. This is an adult woman, so she's already in that downward spiral.
Yeah.
The children in this picture are not.
And should not be.
And should not be, exactly.
Helping out where we can, doing what we can.
I also really love what you notice, that on both sides of the painting there are people who don't seem to be with feet. They're not grounded. And here I pointed out to you that the little girl's legs go into this dark grounding, and in a way this other foot becomes hers, because it isn't just her circumstance. And then over here you saw so nicely that the feet are also hidden in this vortex that is not anymore the water of a soothing bath, but is the predicament of literally going down the drain without enough help.
We provide probably the only health care that some patients will have in a year.
Child starvation is everywhere on the continent, and that's something that we are trying to alleviate through the work that we're doing over there. So you have really captured the essence of the patients that we see. And one of the most important things about this painting that I see is that oftentimes people will think that what's going on in the continent of Africa is so overwhelming, so I'll turn my back because I can't do all of it. But what you brought out are individual people who have names and who have families and lives and mothers who are grieving. And you brought them out so that we can look at this and say, we can help this child. I can feed this child. I can give care to this child. I can comfort that child. I can heal that person. They're all individual people. And the healing that's going on that Jill provides, probably one of the most difficult areas of our clinic is the wound clinic. People who have walked and they don't complain about the wounds that they have that you and I would be suffering from.
There's malnutrition, so the body doesn't mend itself well. There's lack of water.
We have done.
It's startling to me in the mere 6 years that I've been involved with this organization to see a change in the health care in the villages where we travel, as well as, more excitingly almost, the knowledge of the children.
The people that we have served, I know that this is Violet, the small child over here with the bilateral club feet, that we have actually seen every year for the last 5 years, and now surgically corrected her feet. As the vision of OMNI is to provide health care, education, and community support. So these children in the picture here are not people that we have just seen one time and we leave again, like a Band-Aid approach. But we really want to be a comprehensive approach. We're ongoing. We have staff on the ground in Africa that provide education at our school. We have health care that's ongoing all year long. We go back to the same villages and provide health care every year. We're planting crops, we're putting in wells and clean water for these people.
The motto of OMNI is healing,
changing the world one child at a time. And you brought the children out in this painting, which is beautiful.
Don't you love the quotation from Gil Harrington? What you do may not break the back of poverty, but it's better than turning your back.
That's exactly what this painting says.